Just try and start by slowing it all down. If we make a start, coming to your comfortable seated position. And as we inhale, that spine is nice and long. As we exhale, it's rooting down through the sit bones. The shoulders nice and dropped. Legs can be crossed or maybe out in front. With the chin slightly tucked in so the back of the neck is long. And just taking a few moments as you settle into the position, tuning into your breath. And we just let everything slow and still. With each inhale, as we breathe in the spine a little longer, and calming and settling on the exhale. Letting any thoughts drift away. You take a moment to just observe around the body, noticing any areas of tension. And then, as we take some conscious breaths, you can just turn the palms around, resting them on the thighs. As we work through the breath, so to the count of 1, we'll bring the thumb and forefinger together. And as that exhales, moving along to the other finger. As we work all the way down to the pinky. And when you reach the pinky, we'll just gently work our way back up. And we just focus the breath. And when you've worked your way back up, we'll just do one more round. The attention only on the breath. Allowing the mind to still. Letting it empty. The body calms. And when the fingers come back together at the top, just letting that go. You can just keep the thumb and forefinger together. So you observe, breathe in nice and tall through the chest, observing as it expands, and rooting it all back down on the exhale. And then you can place the palms any way you wish as we work into the neck. As we breathe in nice and tall. As we exhale, looking up to the ceiling, as we lengthen the front of the neck. Inhaling back to center. As we exhale, looking down, lengthening the back. Every inhale, back to center. And as we exhale this time, dropping an ear to a shoulder. Inhaling back, and the other side to your exhale. Inhaling to center, and this time exhale, looking over any shoulder for a gentle twist. Back to center, and other side to your breath. And coming back as we repeat one more round. Exhale as we move and stretch. As we look up. every inhale to center. As we look down, and then ears to shoulders as we stretch the sides. And then twisting the neck around as we look over any shoulder. Back to center. And final side. As you bring everything back. And you can just roll the neck around if you wish. Just easing it all off. As you go the other way as well. And then moving to the shoulders. You can inhale them back and up. Forward and down. Twice more. Just reaching around. Shrugging them off. And then the other way. As we go forward and up. Back and down. Keeping everything even. When we've done those three, shake everything off, nice and loose. As we come back to center and stillness. And then let's work in the sides. We inhale one arm up. As that reaches up. As we exhale, we can crawl the other hand out. As we bend over. It doesn't matter if the arm on the floor, the elbow's bent or not. Can we inhale, reach that top arm across. Giving in on the exhale. And inhale, back up. So that arm floats down in the exhale. Ready for the other side. Inhaling the other one up. As that reaches up. And we exhale over. And the other hand crawling out. We reach that top arm, feeling the stretch. Releasing on the exhale. And inhale. Back up and float it down. A little shrug if you like. And then let's bring these legs out in front. Just before we do, they can be nice and loosely bent. Before we start, you can just make gentle fists and just have a gentle tap, just massaging around the thighs, easing them off gently, nice and tall in the spine. And then we bend these knees up, ready to come and lie down. So before we lie down, with the knees loosely bent, as we inhale that length in the spine, as we lift the arms, exhale, peeling the spine down, working the core, as we uncurl. The last thing to lower is the shoulders and then the head. We can just draw those knees in just so they're bent up nice and loose. With the palms just face down on the mat. Just checking the position so the back of the neck is long with the chin tucked in. And we just feel the body settle onto the mat. As we observe the breath here. And then we'll begin to work with pelvic tilting. So as we inhale, peeling the hips up just ever so slightly off the mat. As we exhale, as those hips lower back down. As we repeat, breath by breath, inhaling up just slightly, as we exhale down. So as we lift up, the small curve of the lower spine flattens in the mat. As we exhale down, natural curve returns. Micro massage for the lower back. Lovely. When you next exhale, lowering down, leaving the hips here, and then if you can, we'll draw these heels in a little closer to the hips, ready for bridge. Checking the back of that neck is still long, with the palms face down, as we inhale, powering through the legs, as we lift the hips up to the sky. And exhale, uncurl from the top of the spine as we lower the hips back down. Twice more, inhaling up, all the way up. And exhale, gently down as we feel through each vertebrae of the spine. Final one. And then, when you lower down, can we go up again as we hold for 6 breaths? As we inhale up, as we exhale, just pressing through the palms. With each inhale, you feel the chest expand, and the spine lengthen. And exhale, can we move in a little further? If you want to lower down before 6 breaths, please do. When you've had the 6, gently exhale, peeling down so the hips come down last. And then, as we take a hold of each knee individually, drawing them out and up to the side of the chest, as we just gently counter stretch. You can have a gentle rock here if you wish, or just enjoy the stillness as you observe the back just pressing into the mat. And then it's bringing those knees together. We just hug them both in. You have a rock if you like. Just massaging around that lower back. Lovely. And then, as we come back to center in stillness, bring the arms down by the sides as we lower one leg only, loosely bent, and inhale, pointing the other heel up to the ceiling. Here, you can rotate around that ankle in the air as we go both ways. And then, as we flex the toes, inhale, pointing them up. Exhale as you point them towards you. Breath by breath. When you've worked evenly, give it a nice loose shake off. And then, with this ankle that's in the air, just going to bend it as we draw it onto the thigh of the bent leg. Doesn't matter if it's low or high. And with that bent knee, just guiding it out to the side a little. And then, at the leg that's on the floor, can we take a hug around that thigh? Just drawing that knee just gently in towards you. It's feeling it release with each exhale. And then, if you wish, you can inhale as you lift the head up towards the knee, only if you like. Holding it here for a breath or two. And then, just lowering the head back down. The leg goes back to the floor, and the arms down by the sides. Inhaling this bent ankle back up into the air. As we slowly exhale, lowering that heel to the floor. Working through the core as we do. As we bend this knee in again, or bend this knee in. Inhale, as we lift the opposite leg up. As we repeat, you can start by rotating that ankle, going both ways, and then flexing those toes. Inhale as we point them up, exhaling them towards you. Breath by breath, as we stretch the front and back of the leg. And when we've worked evenly, shaking this foot off. And then as we draw this ankle across the opposite thigh, as we guide this knee just gently out to the side. As we inhale, hugging around the thigh of the foot on the floor, and as we draw it in, gently squeezing that knee towards you. Observing the difference on this side compared to the first. And if you did before, you can inhale as you lift the head up. Shoulders dropping as well. As we exhale, that head lowers and that foot back to the mat. The arms come down by the side. As we inhale the foot back up, pointing the heel up to the air. As we slowly exhale, lowering it to the mat, working through the core. As this foot and leg bends back in, you can just step the knees or the feet just a little bit wider apart. And we'll just slowly begin to rock the knees side to side. If you prefer, you could bring those arms out to shoulder height. And with the knees, just slowly allowing them to build momentum. And then maybe they lower on to any side of the floor. And gently look across the opposite shoulder if you wish. As we leave them here for a few breaths, the body gives in to the twist. We inhale them back up to center. Exhaling across to the opposite side. And looking over that shoulder if you like. And then, as we inhale, knees back up. Hugging around the thighs as we draw them in. Have a gentle rock if you like. And then from here, I'm going to come up to sit. You can either rock yourself up or you can roll over to one side so you lift yourself up. Lovely. From your seated position, we'll come through to all fours. So if you like, you can roll over onto those knees. So we bring the arms below the shoulders and the knees below the hips. And we find ourselves. It's nice and still, nice flat back position. So breathe in nice and tall through the chest. And then begin as we work in cat. As we inhale, curling from the base of the spine. As we look up to the ceiling. As we exhale, curling from the base, working up. As we look down at the mat or through the legs. Repeating breath by breath. Feeling through each vertebrae of the spine. Just using it as a self-diagnostic tool as we compress the discs and make space. When you next exhale, looking down or through the legs, just begin to lower the hips towards the heels. Widen the knees if you wish, making this your comfortable child position. You just allow that chest and head to sink through to the mat. With each exhale, the body just releases a little bit more. Tuning into the breath as you observe around the body. And then, as we inhale, we lift the palms up just gently onto the fingertips. Feeling that stretch, just move up the back a little. Next exhale, as we lower those palms. You can gently lower the elbows into the mat if you wish. And on an inhale, can we gently slither through as we come on to our fronts, keeping the chest and head low to the mat, adjusting as required. As we bring the palms gently in line with the chest, that spine nice and long as we work into Cobra. As we inhale, powering through the palms, lifting the chest and head up. As we exhale down, tensing the buttocks to protect the lower back. As we repeat twice more. Hailing up, those shoulders are dropped as we lift. And exhale, peeling down. Last one. And as you lower down, you can bring those elbows out in front, taking a hold of each one with the hands if you like, as you rest the forehead on the arms. That body settles back into the mat. You observe the connection between you and the mat as well. And you can keep the forehead rested here. And with the feet, just widen them a little, just so they're about a foot width apart. The head can remain resting. And on an inhale, just gently lift one leg only up into the air, as much or as little as it goes. As we exhale it down, as we inhale, lifting the other, and exhaling it down. As we repeat again, inhaling the first leg up, as we exhale that down, and the second one, inhale up, and exhale down. It's taking a breath as you enjoy the stillness. And then, on the inhale this time, keeping a hold of each elbow, can we inhale as we lift the chest and head up. Those elbows lift up a little. Exhaling back down. Once more. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. As that head lowers. Taking a brief rest. And now, can we combine all the movements? As we inhale, as we lift both legs up, maybe the elbows, be cautious of the hips. As we exhale down. Once more, inhaling up, and exhaling down. You lower the head again, just taking a few moments of rest. Just tuning into the breath as you observe its qualities. And on our next inhale, can we bend the feet up into the air? And then, can we take a hold of each ankle? You wrap the arms around. The head can just rest on the mat. And you can probably guess where we're going with this. On an inhale, can we lift the legs up and the chest will rise. We exhale down. As we repeat once more, inhaling up. And exhale down. Take a brief breath. And when you're ready, can we inhale as we lift up for 3? As we inhale up, holding the posture here. You'll feel the movement of the body in the exhale. working the core. And then exhaling down. You can let go of the ankles. The feet may fall to the floor. Holding the elbows again if you wish. You rest the forehead on the arms, or just resting a cheek on the mat. As we just let everything settle. When you're ready, as we inhale, bringing the palms to the sides of the chest. As we inhale up, back to all fours, bringing the knees in, and just sinking the hips back to the heels, gently in child pose. Again, just counter stretching where we've worked. Observing the difference in the spine. And using the breath to just ease it off. And allowing that breath to settle. When you're ready, we inhale back up to all fours. Ready to lift in dog. So as we tuck the toes under. Now let's come up into dog slowly. So as we exhale, sinking those hips back to the heels. Gentle stretch in the back of the feet. And inhale, powering through the legs. We lift those hips up into the air. Allowing the chest and head to sink through. Adjusting the position as you need. And in your dog, you may wish to walk from foot to foot. One heel lowers and then the other. As we stretch into the back of the legs. Lovely. And then coming to stillness if you're still walking. As we inhale, walking the feet towards the hands. And the hands to the feet. Just sinking ourselves down in forward fold. Just letting everything hang. The head nice and loose. And just take a hold of the elbows. Still hanging. And you can gently rock from side to side. One knee bends and then the other. Gently easing around to each side of the lower back. And as we come back to stillness and center, sinking down. And on a big inhale, leading with the elbows, lifting ourselves up to our standing position. You exhale, just allowing those hands to lower back down into our strong standing Tadasana. You feel those feet planting into the mat. And just everything nice and calm and still. With each inhale, finding a little more length. The shoulders drop as the chin is tucked in. As we just settle the breath. Inhale, reaching up. As those palms come together, exhaling them down through our heart center as we draw the energy back. As we repeat once more. Big inhale as that chest expands. as they come together, drawing everything back. Just leave them here for a second, finding that length. And exhale as they come back down. Just ease around those wrists, maybe the shoulders, maybe the neck. And then you'll move into warrior. So, wherever you are on your mat, finding yourselves nice and tall, you can take a big step forward or back, roughly a leg distance apart. You want those front toes pointing forward, and the back one's about 30-45 degrees. The hips facing to the side or just off slightly. To bring the hands onto the hips to keep them even. Breathing in nice and tall. As we exhale, bending this front leg. And just check your alignment. So that knee and ankle are beneath one another. Inhale as that chest expands. As arms can rise. As we reach them out. Allowing those shoulders to drop. And looking over the front fingers if you wish. As we hold the position here. With each exhale, can we gently allow those hips to lower as we sink in. As we inhale, feeling that chest expand. As we gently release into the hips. And strengthening the thighs. As we use the breath to calm and still. Lovely. And on a big exhale, front knee still bent, we draw the back arm as we sink back, reaching the front arm up. Look up if you're balanced. Big exhale. Let's swing all forward. You can bring the elbow onto the thigh, or you can reach the palm down so that arm comes up, whatever your position. Looking up if you're balanced. Now, if you've got the thigh on the elbow, you can gently release it. Take a hold of the leg if you wish. As we inhale, can we lengthen that front leg? You either hold the leg or let the arm hang. Breathing in as that chest expands. Big inhale. Let's swing everything up. Allow those arms to fall. You can just point the feet out at 30-45 degrees. And we'll fold forward as we exhale. That chin tucks, shoulders round, slight bend in the knees, lowering everything down. Whether the arms hang, or you hold the ankles or elbows, just find a position of comfort for you. As everything releases down here. As we slowly inhale everything back up to stand. Lovely. Now you have the option. You can swing the foot that was the front one around and the back one forward, or you can adjust yourself if you want to watch. When you're ready, just checking the hips are nice and aligned. So breathe in tall And exhale, bending that front leg again. As we check the alignment with the ankle and knees. Inhale, up tall. Can we lift the arms up to shoulder height? As we allow those shoulders to drop. Looking over the front fingers, if you like. So with each inhale, it's almost as if the arms get longer. We exhale, sinking down. As we tune into the breath, letting that calm and still us. We work into the body. And a big exhale, sinking the back arm back as the front one lifts up into the air, looking up if you're balanced. Next big exhale, swinging it all forward, whether it's elbow on that thigh or that arm is coming down. Looking up if you're balanced. Breathing in a little taller. If you like, you can exhale as that front arm drops. As we inhale as the front leg lengthens. Sinking in. Big inhale. Back up. Dropping those arms. As we point the feet out again. And just slowly exhaling down. As we tuck the chin. Bend in the knees. As you lower down slowly. Releasing through each of the vertebrae. And just observing with each breath, does the body just give in as a little bit more? And then again, as we inhale, up slowly. When you're lengthened, you can either zigzag or take a big step in. Those feet come back together. You might want to give the ankles a nice little shake off, maybe the wrist too. And then, settling everything down, we'll work into a balance. Lifting all the toes. You exhale, spreading them all down. You can just shift the weight a little bit between them. Just activating the micro muscles in the feet. And then everything still again. So breathe in nice and tall. We gently peel one heel off the floor. Move into tree. We lift that knee up in front. You can hold it or it can hang by itself if you like. Now, you can exhale as that knee goes out to the side. You have the other arm as a balance. If you feel still, you can tuck this foot in. Whether it's high up, or whether the toes are touching the floor. Wherever is your choice. Breathing in tall. And if you're still unbalanced, inhale as we reach the arms up. Palms together. As we bring everything back to heart center. Allowing the shoulders to drop. And just allow the thumbs to just touch the chest, drawing the breath in here. As you exhale down through the standing foot, making your roots, finding stillness and peace. And when you're ready, just gently exhale as we slowly release, planting that foot. We get ready for the other side. Inhale as the other heel lifts, finding ourselves nice and tall. As we bring that knee up in front, whether you hold or it hangs itself. And if you're still here, you can exhale that knee out to the side. Breathing in tall through the chest. And tucking that heel in to wherever it goes when you're ready. Finding your balance. As we inhale, reaching those arms up. And exhale as we draw it all back down to heart center. Resting the thumbs in the chest. You draw the breath up here with each inhale. And if you're struggling for balance, you can always use a wall. Gently hold on to. Observing the difference on this side. We find the stillness. And in your time, gently exhale. We release it all down. Easing off those wrists and ankles. And we get ready to come back to the floor. We find ourselves nice and tall. And exhale, slowly curling down as we tuck the chin, round the shoulders, bend in the knees. As we use the abdominals as brakes. And when you lower down, just allowing yourself to hang. Each breath, just deepening the pose a little. And then, on an inhale, planting those palms, stepping the feet back into our downward dog. And adjusting to find your position. So you stay here for a few breaths, lowering at any point that you wish. And the next breath or two, as we think about exhaling down, back to all fours. As we sink the hips back into our child, finding your position of comfort. You lower the chest and head to the mat. That breath settles. It's observing the areas that you've worked within the body, how they feel now. And as we inhale, lifting back to our all fours, just for a very brief cat. As we inhale, curling from the base as we look up. And exhale, curling as we look down. Breath by breath, noticing the difference in the spine now. And when you've worked evenly, we come back to our flat back. We cross the ankles through to sit. As we get ready to come and lie down again. So with the knees loosely bent. Inhaling those arms up, spine lengthened. And exhale as we peel the spine down. Working through the core. Last thing down is the shoulders and the head. So we just hug those knees into the chest. You can just have a gentle rock off, easing into each side of the lower spine. And as we draw the knees back to center and stillness, keeping the knees where they are, inhaling those arms out to shoulder height. Next exhale, as those knees fall to any side. You can look over that opposite shoulder if it's comfortable for you. And you breathe into the twist, into the side of the open lung. Gently exhale, releasing down. As everything stills, as we inhale, the knees coming back up to center. And we exhale across to the other side. And looking over that opposite shoulder if it's comfortable. You observe the twist on this side. And the breath awareness in this open lung. And then gently inhaling back to center here. The arms can stay out. You just lift those legs up into the air, as much a bend in the knees as is required. As they gently press the lower back onto the mat a little. And as we next inhale, let's bring the arms up to join them. And as you begin to rotate the wrists and ankles, if you wish, just easing around them. And then as we inhale, drawing the arms through the legs. As we take a hold of the outer edges of the feet, drawing the knees out and up. You can rock here if you like. And then to bring the soles of the feet together, just very gently hugging them in. Releasing into the hips. And then from here, you can release the feet. You come to find your comfortable relaxation position. Whether you want the knees bent or the feet out straight. Having the back of that neck long. Shoulders relaxed, palms by the sides or resting on the body. And you tune into the breath. The body settles into the mat, observing the connection between you and the floor. Just allowing everything to slow and settle. And we'll draw the attention around the body. With each inhale as we draw in energy. With each exhale as we release any tension. As we start at the crown of the head. Forehead. Eyes and nose. Mouth and cheeks. Chin, jaw and ears. Front and back of the neck. Shoulders and collarbone. Elbows. Wrists. Front and back of the palms. Fingers. Front of the chest and upper back. Ribs and mid-back. Tummy and lower back. Hips and pelvic floor. Thighs. Front and back of the knees. Calves. Ankles. Heels. Balls of the feet. Toes. The whole body. The whole body. Calm, relaxed, at ease. And you gently draw your attention back to this moment, hearing the sounds, the air touch your skin. In time, you can begin to wiggle toes and fingers. To make small movements. If you like, you can inhale as you reach the hands overhead onto the floor behind you, so you have a nice stretch out. And we exhale as those hands lower back down. As we hug those knees into the chest. As we have either a gentle rock or enjoy the stillness. And then gently rolling over to one side for a moment of pause. You open the eyes gently here. And then lift yourself slowly up to sit. Whatever position is comfortable for you. As we find the spine nice and long and light. Yourselves nice and tall. And we inhale, reaching those arms up. And they join together. Slowly exhaling them down through to heart center. As we bow our heads here, as we give thanks for all that we have, all that we are, and all that we will be. Namaste. Thank you very much, everybody.